Hi guys, it's Angie with Fun Endeavors Tie-Dye Lab. Today I'm going to make a container die. I saw somebody out on Facebook who made one of these, and I believe their name was Cat Kohler. I'm not entirely sure. I've seen a couple of people make these, but that's the one I remember. I believe they actually used a bucket, and I did a bucket die at the same time too, and I'll post the video for that one soon. I've chosen a container that is not too large. I'm placing the hem of the shirt down into the container first and then pushing the rest of the shirt down inside. I'm packing it fairly tight, but I don't want it so tight that the liquid can't move down through the shirt. By the way, this shirt is a 100% cotton shirt, but it's a ring spun cotton shirt, so it's a little bit softer than like a Gildan Ultra Cotton or heavy cotton shirt. I'm going to place some ice over the top, and I'm going to place about the same amount of ice as I have height of folds in this container. I hope that makes sense. I kind of want the same thickness of ice as I have of shirt down in the bottom of the container. It looks like I have a little bit more ice than I do shirt, which is fine. I decided to use one of the newer Happy Cat dye colors that I got in, and I'm going to use Arcane Eye. That was one of the colors that when I made the color swatches, I didn't add enough dye to the color swatch, but I can tell from the small amount of dye that's actually on the swatch that this is going to be a really pretty color. I'm going to lightly sprinkle the dye over the top of the ice, and then I'm going to add some additional soda ash to the very top. Since this container is tall, I want to go ahead and put it down inside of another plastic container. That way if it happens to tip over, it's not going to make a mess anywhere in my dye space. I put the container aside and allowed the ice to melt. And I came back after all the ice melted and lifted the container up, the clear container, to see whether or not the bottom part of the shirt was dyed. I wanted to make sure that the dye was able to move down through the shirt. I didn't want the bottom to be totally white. The shirt was soft enough that it didn't have an issue doing that, and so I just allowed the shirt to continue to process for about 24 hours. Then I took the shirt to my utility sink and dumped it out of the container and began rinsing it in cold water to rinse out the soda ash. I immediately noticed when I dumped it out of the container that the entire bottom part of the shirt is gray, which I was very surprised. You know, the top is kind of that dark purple color, but the whole bottom part of the shirt is gray. So let's go ahead and rinse it out and see what happens. After I rinsed in cold for just a little while, I warmed the water up to hot and continued rinsing in hot water to rinse out any of the excess dye that didn't bond with the fabric. I didn't want to continue rinsing for a long time, so I ran some really hot water in my utility sink, placed a little bit of Blue Dawn dish detergent in the water, and just allowed the shirt to soak. When the water cooled off, I changed it out and I continued that soaking process until the water was almost clear. Then I put the shirt along with some Dharma's Professional Textile Detergent into my washing machine and washed it using a hot water cycle. Okay, so let's see what it looks like. Okay, so I think the shirt looks really cool, but it is not at all what I expected. The other bucket dye that I saw looked absolutely nothing like this. They had like areas of white on their shirt or hoodie or whatever they had done, and I mean, it was nothing like this. I don't know if I did something vastly different, but I think it is super cool. It's almost like a combination of a tall, deep scrunch mixed with like a gravity dye. I don't know. I mean, this was one dye color. And, you know, my color swatch isn't that great. So in my color swatch, I had kind of the color at the top, except, I don't know, it wasn't exactly that color even. I thought it was a little bit darker in my color swatch. But I didn't see any of the gray. I didn't see, if you lined up all my color swatches and you asked me which one this shirt was made with, I would not have picked that color swatch. But I'm telling you, that's really cool. I really like the kind of reddish, burgundy-ish color on the top. And then there's like a brownish beige color, which is really cool. And then the bottom, for the most part, is gray. I mean, it has varying shades of gray. It's not just one intensity. But I have a lack of words. I really don't know what happened. I would love to replicate it. Not sure I can. I'm going to have to definitely try one of these again. Maybe use a different color. See if I kind of get the same thing that happens with another color. And I want to try a different kind of shirt. You know, maybe it had something to do with the fact that this shirt was a ring spun cotton, so it was really soft. Maybe that had something to do with the way the dye moved on the shirt. Most of the time, I can kind of envision what a shirt's going to look like. Sometimes, you know, it's a little bit more difficult, but I mean, I never would have envisioned this. I thought that it was probably going to be a little bit darker on top, you know, and then there would be color splits down below, but maybe some white areas in the middle. Not this, but I love it. Don't get me wrong. I absolutely love it. I think it looks super cool. But what do you guys think? Please drop me some comments down below and let me know. Is this what you thought it would turn out like when you saw what I was doing? And if you have any suggestions of what color I should try this with next, please drop those down below too. I'm definitely going to have to do this one again. And if you've enjoyed the video, I sure would appreciate it if you would like it. And I sure would appreciate too if you would subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you'll hit the bell, you'll receive a notification whenever I upload a new video. Thank you all for watching, and I hope you have a great day.